The Summer Olympic Games, held every 4 years, is no ordinary sporting event. It is a testament to human spirit, athleticism, and the power of unity. Since its inception in Athens, Greece in 1896, the Games have evolved into the world's foremost sports competition, embodying a spirit of unity and sportsmanship that transcends borders. From athletics to gymnastics, swimming to basketball, the Olympics showcases a wide range of sports, each requiring unique skills and extraordinary dedication. It's a grand stage where athletes from all corners of the world come together, not just to compete, but to foster a spirit of camaraderie and mutual respect. As we delve into the journey of the Summer Olympics, let's remember this spirit that makes the Games so special. Athens, the birthplace of democracy and philosophical thought, is often known as the cradle of Western civilization. It was therefore a symbolic choice for hosting the 2004 Summer Olympics, a global celebration of unity and athleticism. The city's rich historical significance, with its ancient ruins like the Parthenon and the Acropolis, provided a fascinating backdrop for the Games. However, Athens' infrastructure grappled to manage the surge in athletes, revealing the city's limitations. The construction of a multitude of new venues, like the gleaming Olympic Stadium, the Faliro Coastal Zone Olympic Complex, and the Hellinikon Olympic Complex, was a grand endeavor. But it also led to a string of serious issues. The restoration of iconic sites, including the Panathenaic Stadium, a marvel of marble dating back to the 4th century, was an attempt to blend the magnificent past with the present. However, this massive infrastructural overhaul led to crushing debts, significant environmental damage due to rushed and often unregulated building processes, and the displacement of thousands of residents, creating a social issue that still lingers. The long-term effects of the Games on Athens and its people have been mixed. While the event boosted tourism and brought about improved transportation infrastructure, it also left the city with a number of unused and decaying facilities, a stark reminder of the social and financial consequences of hosting the Olympics. Today, Athens continues to grapple with these issues, marking a profound legacy left by the 2004 Summer Olympics. Atlanta, the vibrant capital of Georgia, acclaimed for its rich history and cultural diversity, was celebrated as a model of urban renewal subsequent to the monumental event of hosting the 1996 Summer Olympics. Known for its iconic landmarks such as the Fox Theater and the Georgia Aquarium, the city underwent a significant transformation, the impact of which painted a much more complicated picture. The construction of the Olympic venues, which included a massive stadium, the Centennial Olympic Park, the Olympic Village, and an array of sports arenas, had widespread effects. The once thriving neighborhoods of Summerhill, Mechanicsville, and Peoplestown, known for their close-knit communities and unique local charm, found themselves grappling with displacement. Low-income communities residing in these areas were compelled to relocate, shaking up the demographic landscape of the city and causing a surge in homelessness. The influx of tourists, in anticipation of the Games, led to a staggering increase in traffic congestion, especially along the major arteries of the city such as the Downtown Connector and Peachtree Street. The city's roadways, public transportation, and logistics networks were put under enormous strain. Additionally, Atlanta's housing market experienced a dramatic shift. Accommodating the wave resulted in an escalation in housing prices that persisted long after the Games ended. This affected residents from all walks of life, leading to increased gentrification and pushing the original inhabitants of the city further towards the margins. The long-term effects on the city's infrastructure and housing market are still evident today, making Atlanta a case study in how large-scale events can shape a city's future. Nestled on the Black Sea coast, Sochi, a picturesque resort city in Russia, raised many eyebrows when it was chosen to host the 2014 Winter Olympics. The development and construction of the Olympic venues and accompanying infrastructure projects were no small undertakings, requiring an extensive array of resources. They entailed the use of millions of tons of steel, concrete, and glass, with the deployment of massive workforces, many of whom were migrant workers. These projects necessitated a significant diversion of funds from other crucial areas, notably healthcare, education, and public housing, which left many Russians grappling with a deteriorating standard of living. Unfortunately, The majority of these newly erected facilities, which once buzzed with the energy of international competition, now stand largely underutilized. Many have turned into eerie ghost towns, their silence creating a stark contrast with the beauty of the surrounding Russian landscape. The once bustling Olympic Village is now a shell of its former glory, with numerous buildings sitting empty and decaying. The sprawling Fished Stadium, once the site of jaw-dropping opening and closing ceremonies, now seldom sees any significant events. This paints a bleak picture of the aftermath of the 2014 Winter Olympics, indicating a severe lack of foresight and planning in the use of these grand structures post the Games. Rio de Janeiro, a city celebrated for its pulsating samba rhythms, iconic landmarks such as Christ the Redeemer, and breathtaking beaches like Copacabana and Ipanema, confronted towering hurdles leading up to the 2016 Summer Olympics. The city grappled to address the rampant poverty, particularly in its underprivileged favelas like Rocinha and Complexo do Alemão, where residents faced severe social inequalities. Rio's infrastructure also bore with long-term implications such as congested roadways, overstretched public transport, and erratic water supply, exacerbated by the massive influx of visitors for the Games. The environmental fallout of the Olympics was especially harsh, with Rio's natural beauty marred by issues such as the pollution of its iconic Guanabara Bay, which was used for aquatic despite alarmingly high levels of bacteria and debris. Furthermore, Rio's Green Heart, the Tijuca Forest, one of the world's largest urban forests, was subject to rampant deforestation, threatening its rich biodiversity. The long shadow of the event continues to affect Rio's environment, infrastructure, and social fabric, even years after the Games' closing ceremony. Montreal, an urban metropolis well known for its rich blend of French and English cultures located in the province of Quebec, is a poignant case study for the so-called Olympic curse. This distinctive city was the host of the 1976 Summer Olympics, an event that left a financial scar on its economy. The total cost for these Summer Games amounted to an overwhelming $1.2 billion, a massive amount in the 1970s. This hefty sum plunged the city into debt for decades, with the final payment made only in 2006. This financial catastrophe had a long-standing impact on Montreal's economy, stalling development projects, reducing public services, and leading to tax increases. The city's residents bore the brunt of these consequences, with many being forced to struggle with the increased cost of living. At the epicenter of this economic turmoil stands the Olympic Stadium, a concrete behemoth that once echoed with the cheers of athletes and spectators. This colossal structure, meant to be a symbol of glory and athletic prowess, instead morphed into emblem of the city's financial distress. Its spiraling maintenance and renovation costs, which have reportedly reached $300 million to date, have only added to the city's economic burden. This structural monolith is often referred to as the Big O, a sly nod to its role in Montreal's debt. The current state of the Olympic Stadium is a stark contrast to its past glory. Today it is primarily used for concerts and expos, but it stands largely empty, a silent reminder of a time when the city was on the world stage. Despite the dire state of the stadium, there are plans to revitalize it, transforming the stadium and its surrounding area into a neighborhood with affordable housing, shops, and public spaces. The Olympic Games have the potential to bring immense pride and economic benefits to host cities. However, the pursuit of Olympic glory often comes at a significant cost. The stories of these cities serve as a stark reminder of the potential pitfalls of hosting the Olympics, emphasizing the importance of careful planning, sustainable development, and prioritizing the well-being of local communities.